Today we're in the App Store and checking out some of the most recommended action games. I'm going to be looking through all these games here today and telling you whether I think you should play them or whether I think they're ones that we could leave behind. So let's dive into this list and see what the App Store is recommending. First things first, it's worth noting that whenever a game is in the App Store and there's no trailer for it, man, it's frustrating for us. But here, Apple Night 2, being one of those games, it does sit with 4.8 stars on a decent number of ratings. Looks like a nice platformer style game with an older look, an older feel to it. The gameplay actually looks like it will be pretty solid. Unfortunately, we can't get a deeper dive into what it actually looks like or plays like until we would download it ourselves and give it that go. With this being said, this is something that I would be interested in trying myself, and I would probably recommend you guys doing the same. It does look like it's something from the old Sega Genesis days that could actually be quite entertaining. So yes, this one has my approval. Heroes Never Die. This one's sitting with 4.2 stars, only out of 86 ratings. And what we're looking at here is an RPG style game that features the ability to resurrect from the dead. So that's its little shtick right there. That's what's making this one different from the other ones, your ability to come back to life. Looking at the gameplay itself, it looks okay. Does it maybe have a fun factor that is something that you're gonna really wanna come back to and play more of? Potentially. Artwork is cool, but the big-headed characters that kind of just bounce around the map, it's not my favorite if I'm being completely honest. But it is an RPG style game. With that being said, not the RPG style game that I would want to play. I would have to give this one a stay away. I wouldn't play this one. MU Origins 3. We're looking at an action RPG, MMORPG style game right here that does look quite nice. Graphics on this one, obviously you have anime-esque themed and overlook here, but the game looks really cool with a lot of customization options that we could do with our characters for those of you that like that kind of thing. With this being said, the combat also looks super sweet, and the mechanism where you could fly and move yourself around the map in that sense is something that's a bit unique, and I just like that method of movement around the map. Overall, this is a really cool looking game. I personally like action RPG games, being a Diablo Immortal player myself. I think this one will be really fun, and it's one that I would try myself. So MU Origin 3 is one that's getting a green Echo approval. It's worth trying. Ultimate Sackboy. Casual game, of course, in vertical format, which is always very nice as well. This one here is an endless runner style game. These are always fun. Now, is this a game that I'm gonna go die hard over and absolutely fall in love with? Well, no, of course not, but that's also not what it's intended for. It's intended for that casual gameplay. It's gonna keep you coming back for more as you can progress further. Maybe you could level up on their leaderboards as well and just collect different cosmetics and things like that as you go, making this a fun game experience. Everyone loves endless runners. They're not our grind of the day all the time, but it is one that's fun to play. With that being said, this one only got itself 3.3 stars on the ratings, but I would recommend playing it, at least casually. Shadow Hunter Premium, a hack and slash RPG game. I'm starting to tingle. You know I love this kind of stuff. This one's got 4.8 stars on the ratings as well. Taking a look at the trailer, it's one of those platformer style hack and slash games. So not a top down, not where you're getting immersed inside of an open world, but a very much more linear experience. With many different characters you could choose from and weapons that you could equip as well as gear, you're gonna be able to power yourself up along the way and just get stronger and stronger to progress further and further. This is one of the ones that I would call more of a mindless action RPG, a mindless hack and slash style RPG, because here you don't have to figure out too many puzzles. You don't have to find where to go or quests to go on. It's a linear experience where you just follow the map and take down things that become in your way. You have some big bosses that are also a lot of fun to fight, and the whole look of the game has that shadowy look and feel. I actually like the artwork and I like the combat style inside of this one. This is one I would definitely recommend that you try if you like action-based games, action RPGs, or even platformers with a lot of action. So yes, it has my approval. Spell Arena Battle Royale. Interesting. Interesting for many reasons. First of all, look at the logo. Does that not mind you of the Electro Wizard in Clash Royale? Because it does me. 4.6 stars on the ratings. We're looking at a Battle Royale style Magic game, which is actually quite fun and a great idea. The characters here, the art, I think it looks good. I think it looks pretty solid, and I do love Battle Royale games, specifically ones that are really casual like this one. So if we take a look at the trailer from the start, you have, again, Skeleton King. I like it. It actually does very much look like a Supercell style game. The one thing I'm noticing here is combat does look kind of slow. You move pretty slowly around the map, which can get a little bit annoying. I think if you mix Clash Royale characters with Brawl Stars combat in a Battle Royale theme, maybe you'd have something like this. To be honest, Magic Arena is something that I would be interested in downloading myself, giving a shot to. It looks like it's some good casual fun. Probably something that my kids would enjoy playing as well. So yeah, I could go ahead and say that this one has my approval. Mini Basketball, 4.7 stars with a whole lot of ratings. And this one, well, this one I know pretty well. My kids play this game and it's really a lot of fun. It's a casual take on a basketball game. Sports games are kind of hard to come by. There are not as many sports games on mobile as there are action games and strategy games. So when you have something like this, it's actually quite a bit of fun, and I personally do enjoy a casual style sports game myself. It makes it just a little bit of a easier, more casual experience when you're trying to play. Here you get to play as really goofy looking characters, and it's just casual play. It reminds me of like backyard baseball, where you were playing as these little kid baseball players. It was a super addicting and fun game. This has the same vibe right there, but for basketball, 100% this is one you should play. It's definitely a ton of fun. Micro RPG, although this one is without a trailer, it does have 4.7 stars. Quite a good game, and to be honest with you, this, I'll tell you already, is one I would recommend. Super fun, very basic style RPG game. Not only the artwork, but also just the progression and everything through the game. It's not overly complex. It's a little bit more simple for someone that's maybe learning the genre or trying to have a less stressful, brain-heavy experience if you're looking for an RPG. This is a fun game. Again, like I said, like our previous title, a more casual experience, one that you can enjoy, not have to think too much, and really just have a fun time while you play. I would recommend this one. Path of Immortal Survival. This is another one of those bullet hell style survival games. 4.5 stars in the ratings. It's not the best one out there, but it is quite good. If you're really into an advocate of or love these survival style bullet hell games, this is definitely another one that you should try. If you don't like the genre, I'd say this is probably not the best in genre to go with, but assuming you like this, and I do, I would recommend it. Volzerk is an action RPG game. Again, we're in my wheelhouse here. This one sits with 4.7 stars on the ratings, and as you could tell right here, the graphics of this game, anime inspired, but really cute anime inspired. It's cartoony looking, and I really do like this. It actually gives me the feel of a bit of a Torchlight style game, which is a game that I've loved since days of old. This one's really fun with a lot of things that you can explore. It has some Pokemon-esque feels to it as well. As you can see, I know that you got that vibe as we just unlocked that egg. So you have a gacha style mechanic with the eggs that you drop, but also the combat inside of the game is really fun. The exploration is vast, the world is nice and big, and you're gonna be able to fight alongside just some enemies that are just different. This is not a hell-ridden game. Nothing is dark and dreary. It's much more of an anime-themed, Pokemon style game. But you get to do these battles. It's like Genshin Impact-y, I guess, is a way to say it, but a more cartoony version. With all this being said, this is one that I could definitely go ahead and recommend. It's one that I would try myself, so I could say the same for you. Bloons TD6 is a definite play. This is one of the best tower defense games ever. My son is currently playing it right now. I've played a bunch of it myself. It's a beautiful game, super fun, casual, but with a lot of depth for progression and how you build out your monkeys along the way. I love this game. It's free for Netflix players. Premium if you're not. Definitely play this game. It's amazing. First Person Hooper. 4.8 stars on 1,000+ ratings. We're looking at another basketball game, but here all you see is the ball. Hence the first person. Another experience that's not so in depth. I personally like the idea of being able to play a basketball game rather than just shooting like we would be shooting in the backyard. With that being said, what this game sets out to do, it does well. If you're looking for something in that whole realm, if you want to go shoot baskets just by yourself, this is a fun game to play, and I could recommend it for those players. Demon Blade. This is an RPG style game in the vertical format for a more casual experience, but this is something that feels like a old school, more traditional style RPG game. You're gonna have different characters that you unlock, a bunch of bosses that you have to fight along the way, and some artwork that is decent at best. I think this one's okay, definitely not the favorite on the list for me. I personally wouldn't download it to play it, so I guess I shouldn't recommend that you download it yourself to play, unless if you're a big advocate for RPG games and ones in the vertical format. So for me, this won't be a red, it would be a no play. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rifle through another handful of games with a yes, you should play it, or a no, you shouldn't. Aether Gazer, you should definitely play this game. Kart Rider Drift is another one you have to try. Marvel Future Fight, yes, this one is green, play this game. Angel Saga is another fun one that I would personally play myself, so I could recommend it to you as well. Transformers Tactical Arena is a fun game. It's a different style game, it'll be a new experience for you, so yes, I could recommend you try it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on tomorrow's video.